that's a good question because I get that a lot. I get the people you can't drink on this, and a lot of the I guess a lot of my patients who see their PCP uh, discourage them from moderation with drinking, which yeah, I'm not going to say that's wrong, right or wrong. You have your reasons for believing that. It's not my job to say one way or the other, but it is safe. It is safe to drink on naltrexone. Now there are a little bit of increased risk to that. So what happens, like we said before, is naltrexone blocks the or limits the endorphin release from drinking alcohol. Right. So it's going to limit the euphoric feeling from alcohol, the drunken feeling. So just know that you are at a higher risk for alcohol toxicity because it's not going to feel the same. You're not going to know your limit because if somebody is motivated, they can drink right through this medicine. It's not going to stop them. It's not going to make them sick. But they may not feel like, oh, I'm not that drunk, even though I drink way more than what I usually do. Well, that's the medicine. And then that can kind of get you in trouble if you are, alcohol toxicity, alcohol poisoning, and or doing some risky behavior. You're thinking, oh, I'm not that drunk. I feel okay. I can go ahead and drive or something like that. So yes and no. It is safe to drink on it medically. Now you just have to know that you are going to get drunk still. It's still going to impair your reaction time. It's still going to slow down your respirations. It's still going to slow down your heart rate, and you can still develop alcohol toxicity, even though you may not feel drunk or as drunk. And then to speak to naltrexone being safe in general, if I remember correctly, naltrexone was invented in the 1960s. So it's been around 50 years. So as far as safety goes, it is as safe as any medication out there that because it does have a track record on it. So there are some if you Google naltrexone and liver issues, you're going to get an FDA warning that naltrexone affects liver function. Well, that's true and it's not. So when it was originally developed, it was developed for end-stage alcoholics. And everybody knows end-stage alcoholics have liver problems. So when applying for a DEA or FDA approval for this medication, you have to put down every single side effect any patient has had. Right. So the high liver functions is going to be a part of that. So since then, since the 60s, that's kind of been disproven that yes, it is metabolized by your liver, but it's not necessarily hard on the liver. But the company that invented naltrexone is no longer in business and or isn't willing to pay the thousands of dollars to get this reevaluated by the FDA to get that label off of there. So that's why when you Google the safety of naltrexone, you get liver issues as a problem. But I do recommend one, checking a baseline liver function. Always a good idea. Once because most people taking this have drink daily or regularly in high amounts. That's going to affect your liver. And then two, like I said, it is metabolized by your liver. Once you get above 100 milligrams of naltrexone a day, that's when I start to say, okay, let's get some liver functions every 3 months or monthly, depending on where it's at. Just because I don't want to be the cause of somebody, causing someone harm. And that's just the way I practice.
For expert support on medication-assisted treatment for alcohol use disorder, visit riahealth.com.